Live from TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts. Welcome to Boston Bruins hockey on NESN. Tonight, the Bruins chased their 9th consecutive home victory in their last home game before the Olympic break as they welcome the Philadelphia Flyers to town. Hello again, everybody. Along with Andy Brickley, I'm Judd Surratt. Thanks for joining us. The Bruins have 2 huge games before the NHL's Olympic break. The first one will take place outside on February 1st against the division-leading Tampa Bay Lightning, and that's going to be followed by the defending 2-time Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers, who are right on their heels for the last wild card spot in the East. And Brick, while those are 2 huge games, the Bruins cannot lose sight of the task that they have in front of them tonight in the Flyers.
Yeah, don't sleep on the Flyers. I know they played last night, tough loss against Columbus, but we saw what the Bruins were able to do back-to-back games with some questionable travel, find a way to win a hockey game. That being said, continue to be dominant at home. We'd love to see a no-doubter tonight, but you're missing one of your top offensive players, complete players in Elias Lindholm, and you got a couple of kids in the middle tonight, but the Bruins know how to play in this building.
David Pastrnak registered the overtime game winner here on Tuesday night against the Nashville Predators. He's got points in each of his last 8, and only Nikita Kucherov has outscored him here in January.
Yeah, you got to love New Year's St. Pasta because he just shines at this time of year. And I know Marco Sturm talks about the dog days of the schedule right about now, but if you could...
Sealer. He chipped it along the near side, picked off by Lohrei. Lohrei scrambles back of the net. Backhand. Corrali shoots. Ersson the save, and the rebound off the side of the net. Bank shot wouldn't go. Lindholm cranked it around. Janot's there. His centering feed. Ersson a stop on Corrali. He's had a couple of great chances here in the first.
Corrali's going to get an opportunity because he makes the play back in the defensive zone. He's below the goal line to win a puck battle. He gets it to Lohrei, who makes a great lead pass through the neutral zone to Arvidsson. This is the tail end of the play where they keep the play alive down deep. Backhand pass. Lohrei with a nice feed, uses the net as his ally. Corrali gets open on the weak side. Gets denied. Try to backhand hit the side of the net. Try to bank it on a third try.
And now speeding the other way is Middlestad. Penalty about to expire for Philadelphia. Drop pass. McAvoy couldn't accept it. Trouble here. Konechny wheels back in. Tried to send it out in front. The Bruins hustled back to deny that chance.
And it was Aspero that held his ground. Breaks up that pass attempt with the skate.
Lohrei punched it to Minton. Swings it right to the net. Wanted to play give and go. Arvidsson shoots. He scores! Victor Arvidsson able to sizzle one through Ersson. Bruins 1, Flyers nothing.
Tight triangle, short passes, motion, finding the open man. How you play without the puck. It's not just about defense. It's how you play without the puck in the offensive zone. Arvidsson plays the half wall back to the point. Lohrei try to go down the wall, deflects, but the support is there for Minton. You create a little 2-on-1 on that side of the ice. You drive the net, you take a couple Flyers with you, that's going to open up space, and that's where Arvidsson goes. It's a good read, it's a good pass, it's a good one-timer that has enough on it to get through Ersson.
This puck is brought in by Aspero to Geekie, threw it to the slot. Zaka, he scores! He settled it and then chipped it top shelf. Bruins 2, Flyers nothing.
I mean, this is a nice play by 2 forwards once you get in the offensive zone, but here's the key to the play. Aspero pulls this puck out of traffic. He gets the space. He generates speed through the neutral zone, and then he drives the net. You get production from your D just like that. And what a beautiful finish. Zach is able to settle that puck down. There's a breakdown in coverage by the Flyers, and the Bruins take full advantage of it. Nice pass from Geekie. Tape to tape. Had to have a little sauce on it. Backhand, forehand, get Ersson coming with you. Go back against the grain, top shelf.
You got Nick Delorier on the ice right now, along with Garnet Hathaway. Sealer with a drive, and Swayman the save. The rebound reaches out. He grabbed it with the paw. That almost slid over the goal line.
Yeah, clearly part of the game plan right here by the Flyers to respond to the quick 2-0 lead by Boston by getting their heavyweights on the ice.
That's Francois St. Laurent barking at some of the players. And now Garnet Hathaway, Nikita Zadorov, Nick Delorier will start to extricate themselves from the crowd. Flyers bring it in. Grabenkin on his backhand. Swayman the save. They score. Dvorak followed up. Deposits that puck. Swayman is barking at the referees right now. But apparently it looks like the Flyers have gotten themselves on the board.
Well, they're going to take a look at this. You got to think. Certainly the Bruins will take a look at it. Swayman makes the initial save, but it's the rebound by Dvorak. The turnover in the neutral zone. Quick counter by the Flyers. McAvoy's going to overplay the pass. Grabenkin makes the move to the forehand. And it's a nice little stop right there with the right pad. Now the stick is right in the body of the Bruin goaltender. This is going to be totally up to the Bruins.
After Boston challenged, there was goaltender interference in the play.
Well, obviously from the Bruins' point of view, it's a good call.
Flyers. Patra, backhand, Harrison the save, rebound, whacked out of there. Patra again, up top to McAvoy. Now, Aspero, Patra, shoots, Harrison beat him with a glove.
The National Hockey League and Boston Bruins are committed to
Two unbelievable opportunities for Matty Patra. This is where he does his damage in the offensive zone. Nice look by Aspero. Patra gets open after they went low-high on the right side. He wants to go high glove, halfway up, a little higher up. Maybe he gets it over that glove hand. He wants to get it up near that crossbar, just under the crossbar. Big time stop by Urson. He keeps it a 2-0 game.
Here's Tippett to the slot, shoots, Swayman the glove save, and he holds.
I mean, that scoring range for Owen Tippett. He can shoot the puck. Bruins in a board battle, and the Flyers end up with it, so they just try to back up and play center field because it's an outnumbered situation. Almost like a 4-on-2 or a 3-on-2. And Tippett just drifts to the middle of the ice. Now he's got all kinds of possibilities. Glove side, blocker side, 5-hole, wherever he wants to try to beat Swayman. Try to go high glove.
Couldn't flip it short side. They hit the side of the cage. The Bruins back to full strength. Now they're going to get the puck out. Drysdale chased. Almost coughed it up. Swayman the stop. Zegras thinks he scored. The referee comes over to take a look, and Swayman will lay back.
Well, Lindholm makes the right play coming out of the box, Judd. You know, he attacks the player that ends up with the puck at the top of the umbrella. He doesn't worry about trying to play defense in this situation. He tries to get to the guy closest to the penalty box to make this truly a 5-on-5, but the Flyers are able to move that puck just before he gets there for a one-timer from the bottom of the arc of the circle by Zegras, right through a little bit of a screen from Zadorov, but nice anticipation by Swayman already there.
Tips around a check, carries it in, mid space, shoots, he scores! Fraser Minton finds the 5-hole. Bruins 3, Flyers nothing.
Well, Philly starts the period with a power play, and they've spent the first 2 minutes or so kind of in the offensive zone. You need a save here if you're Flyers. I mean, not taking anything away from Minton. It's a nice play by Middlestad, escapability at his own blue line in order to get up ice. I guess you put this in the high danger chance category from where the release is off the rush, because he's inside the dot, between the hash mark and the dot. Urson gets a piece, but the 5 holes there, and Minton beats him with a beautiful shot.
Grabenkin a drive, kicked out by Swayman. He finished his check hard in the corner. Konechny shoots, he scores! He was all by himself and sizzles it in. Flyers on the board, it's 3-1 Bruins.
Well, that's a good response right there by Philly, and that's the guy you want shooting. He's hot. Didn't have a great start to there. There's some conversation about the Olympic team and, you know, not making it and trying too hard or whatever. For those that see the Flyers play all the time, spotty contact on the forecheck. Bruins, there's 4 Bruins in and around the puck, but they can't manage it. It just looked like the Bruins are trying to make a play from out of the corner, and it was disrupted, and Konechny's now all by himself because he had 4 Bruins on the overload side.
Here's Hathaway, who grew up in Kennebunkport. To the slot, Drysdale shot block, rebound, Swayman the save, rebound, here's Juleson, a lot of humanity out in front, blocked. Drysdale looking for Delorier, he'll crank it back of the net, Corrali's on it, down it goes, to escape that black glove, Patra shoots, just wide. This one's held in by Lindholm, Bruins have the Flyers on the run, Pasternak. To Lindholm up top. Gets around Brink, who's without a stick. Pasternak centers, tapped out in front. Ersson went post to post to deny McAvoy.
The Bruins were wise. They realized Brink had given his stick back to Drysdale. He's the one that had broke his in that scrim behind the net.
3-1 Bruins. Mitten, who scored this period. Centers, Ersson the stop. Middlestad, he scores! This line has been buzzing, and Casey Middlestad lifts the backhand home. Bruins 4, Flyers 1.
Bruins do a nice job to stay onside on this rush, and what a beautiful finish this was. Ersson got across on what you thought might be a short goal. The leg drag right there by Arvidsson keeps this play onside. And then Mitten with his eyes up, the net drive. Peake gets the first opportunity. Ersson gets across with the left pad. But Middlestad is having a terrific evening for the Bruins tonight. Able to pull that puck in tight by his skates to avoid the poke check. And then leverage to throw it up top.
Draws some contact, trying to spin off it. Peake, here it comes. He scores! Andrew Peake from the right point. It looked like it may have glanced off something. And I think it was Tanner Jeannot. 5-1 Bruins.
Yeah, with bodies missing and the line change and very few whistles, Pasternak ends out there with Jeannot and Corrali, which can happen in a line change, all night long. But he makes a nice possession kind of play, does Pasternak, to allow Corrali to do his thing down deep in the offensive zone. Philly's not a great defensive team, forced them to defend. I'm not sure if a Bruin got a piece of that drive by Peake or if a Flyer, but it definitely changed direction in that high slot. Finds the back of the net. Bruins extend their lead to 4.
Well, we collected.
1 minute remaining in the second period.
Here's Konechny wheeling in. Shoots, Swayman the save, and the rebound. Swayman stops. The third chance. Grabankin scores.
A bit of a tough break for Boston, but then they got beat back up the ice. It's a nice play right off the face-off, and Zadorov tries to go short side high, and what normally should come around that wall or the glass right to his partner, Peake. But it takes a funny bounce out to the middle of the ice with something on it, and Konechny, when you're hot, that puck finds you. Swayman denies him once, twice, but then Grabankin able to get to that third opportunity.
Lindholm trying to jam it away from Hathaway, and it pops out. Couturier, the captain, got bumped there by Mitten. Delorier put a shoulder into him. Here's Sanheim, walks in, shoots. Swayman the save, came out to cut off that angle, and then he holds onto the puck.
Yeah, a lot of activity going on between the two benches, and there's a lot of open ice on the opposite side in the neutral zone, and that's where Sanheim drifted. You can see all those bodies there. Flyers making the change, Bruins thinking about it, and then all of a sudden, nobody on that wide side to protect. Swayman aggressive out outside the blue paint, takes away most of that net from Sanheim, just swallows up that shot.
To McAvoy, he'll wire it all the way down, deflected, Hustadinov shoots, he scores! Murat Hustadinov settled that puck and finishes off the Flyers. It's 6-2.
this thing long distance. Deflects off the Flyers in the neighborhood of Hustadinov. No panic, settles it down, knows he has time and space.
Off the wall, this won't get out. Held in by Tippett. Up top, now Tippett, the one-timer, Swayman the save. There's a rebound, kicked around. They score. Back door. Matvei Michkov able to drive one in. And it's 6-3 Bruins with 1:41 left.
Statistically, you feel bad for Swayman. You know, you feel like this game's over. Okay, it's 6-3, still a minute 41 to go. Probably see another goaltender pull. They didn't do it here because they have the power play. But Swayman handles that drive from distance from Tippett, but it just kind of squeezes off his body and stays in play. And he can't get his glove on it, tries to rail it in, and the Bruins can't just swipe it out of danger to the corner of the rink. And then they just shove the puck across to a wide open Michkov.
Backspin on it. Patra guides it to the corner. And he got locked up with Barkey behind the play. Linesman trying to separate those two. These two will meet two more times between now and the end of the regular season. Patra taking exception. And now the tempers start to flare. You got Jeannot on the ice right now. He pulls Tippett out of there. And everybody's got a partner right now. Jeannot comes over after Sealer grabbed a hold of Asimont. Those guys go down. Tippett trying to keep Jeannot away from him. Barkey will head down the tunnel. Patra's going to do the same. Red Wings and Caps tied at 1. Panthers and Blues knotted at 4. And the Bruins fade back. They'll take this puck deep into their own zone. Little conversation going on with Mark Kaslik and Nikita Grabenkin. And this game, it's gone final. The Bruins win. They run the table, winning all 9 home games in the month of January. Jeremy Swayman, 6-0 in January on home ice. And the Bruins get 3-point performances from both Casey Middlestad and Fraser Mitten, picking up the victory here tonight, 6-3 over the Flyers.